So what the left says to this is, well, right, and that's your problem because you people won't wear them correctly. What they're really saying is, our policy would work perfectly if only there wasn't such a thing as human nature. Our policy would work perfectly if everybody did exactly what I told them to do all the time. If your policy prescription cannot take into account human nature, then it's not a policy prescription. Then it doesn't work.
This student asks, Michael, over the past few weeks, you have repeatedly praised those who refuse to wear masks. Why are you and so many conservatives so selfish?
Why am I selfish? Because I think I'm actually selfless, because I want to preserve that young man's freedom. And beyond that, I want to preserve his sanity, his reasonable view of the world. There was a doctor who just came out from Columbia University. He spoke to NPR, and he said, in the studies, the masks fail. Now, I know you're not allowed to say that right now, but he said it, and you have to finish the sentence. He said, masks fail because people don't wear them correctly. Right? People touch their face. Actually, Dr. Fauci warned at the beginning, after he told us never to wear masks, then he changed his mind. He said, we have to wear masks, because the problem, he said, was people touch their face, and so it actually could make you more susceptible if you put these masks on in the wrong way. These masks are filthy. People don't wash them very much. They don't wear them right. So what the left says to this is, well, right, and that's your problem because you people won't wear them correctly. What they're really saying is, our policy would work perfectly if only there wasn't such a thing as human nature. Our policy would work perfectly if everybody did exactly what I told them to do all the time. If your policy prescription cannot take into account human nature, then it's not a policy prescription. Then it doesn't work. This is the issue of the masks. This is the issue of the lockdowns. This is the issue even of the vaccine. We were told we went from flatten the curve to find a cure. That was pretty interesting. They told us about 205 days ago, 15 days to slow the spread. We're still waiting to slow the spread. But of course we did. We successfully flattened the curve. We never came anywhere close to overwhelming the hospital system. The Javits Center Emergency Hospital in New York, almost completely empty. The emergency hospital ship in New York was sent home. Same thing in California. So great, we did that. Success, right? No. Then we were told we have to find a cure. Well, okay, is the vaccine going to work? CNN asked Dr. Fauci this. Dr. Fauci said, well, the vaccine's only going to be 70 to 75% effective. But that's still enough to get us herd immunity. And you say, okay, I feel badly for the 30% of people that aren't going to benefit from that vaccine. But he said, that'll get us herd immunity. And then the interviewer said, okay, but what if people don't take the vaccine? What if only 70 or 75% of people take the vaccine? And he said, well, then we won't get herd immunity. Well, that's the problem. And what the left would like to do, I think, is just force everybody to take the vaccine and staple these stupid masks to our faces. But they can't do that. And so if it isn't going to work, obviously, you look at countries all around the world. They want to blame Trump for COVID in Italy or something. I don't know. But you look at countries all around the world, this virus is going to spread. The World Health Organization says 10% of the global population already has been infected by it. The virus has only existed for 9 months, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going to disappear. No one suggests it will. So we're going to get it. I'm actually impressed now at how the left has misunderstood what we're saying. Liberals thought that conservatives opposed the ridiculous mask orders to you're wearing a mask alone in your car, or you wear a mask as you walk in a restaurant to your table, but then at your table, magically, the virus, you won't catch it. They thought that we opposed those mask orders and these kind of silly, incoherent policies because we thought we couldn't get coronavirus. But it's totally the opposite. We oppose these ridiculous policies because we know that we're going to be exposed to coronavirus.